Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash of Clans. Hi friends, it's been a while. Wanted to touch base with you today, and I figured what better way to do it than make my quintessential monthly Clash of Clans or so video, the state of the game. It sounds so dramatic, it's not really that. It's just my opinion on the game right now, and some of those may surprise you coming up in a second. But before that, where have I been in Clash of Clans? I'm still playing the game a lot. I still love the game, and I'm still, as into it as I ever have been. Racking up donations, hopping between our family clans, just having a good time. I'm trophy pushing right now, as you can see, and by the way, check out this killer raid that I found actually on the elliptical at the gym. Embarrassing, I know, but the places you clash, I'm sure some of you can relate to having some strange raids in some strange places. Most of them probably the bathroom, but hey, I don't even want to imagine where some of you guys have clashed live. Or maybe I do. Okay, whatever. So the case is I've still been playing the game a lot. I have over 100 attacks last season in Legendary. I feel like I'm like trying to prove myself. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm still playing, just not bringing it to YouTube, because for the last week plus now, I've had face cam, as you can see. Hey guys, I've had face cam and in my Clash Royale videos, and I didn't want to do more Clash of Clans without face cam because I want to kind of make it a staple of my channel at this point. So I was waiting on my good friend Powerbang to make me an overlay, and what do you know, he came through. Give it up for PB, man. This overlay is awesome. I'm a big fan of it, so thank you again, Powerbang, and thanks to all of you guys for hanging in there. Clash of Clans not going anywhere on my channel. Love you guys, love the game, and that's that. So moving on here, one last thing, right? I just got back from Clash Live in Denver, and boy, was it such a blast. We raised over $8,000 for charity Extra Life Foundation that benefits the Children's Miracle Network. It was just incredible to give back to the community, to help out kids who need it, playing a silly game like the one that we all are addicted to. And, it's so great to give back, and it's so great to meet other clashers in the community. It's a blast, guys. It's a blast. I highly encourage you guys, if there's any way, for 21 plus, and there's any way, actually we did have some minors too, if there's any way you can get out to the next one or the one after that, I'll include the links to you guys. I'm telling you, even if you're not a super social person, you get out there, you meet nerds like you who are all holding their devices, and, next thing you know, you're talking Clash and just having a good time and raising money for charity. And it's not super long. It's not like a 3-day convention. It's just, you're in and you're out. You meet a lot of great people, and I love meeting, every person I met was just fantastic. It's so great. So anyway, I'm going to move on to the actual meat and potatoes of today's video, and that is the state of the game. And guess what, guys? The game is good. The game is freaking good right now, I think. I'm known for my long 20 to 30 minute videos in these state of the game videos where I just go on and on about this or that or the other thing, but honestly, I think we're in a sweet spot right now that we haven't been in for over a year. And I'm going to tell a little bit about why. Now, there's some bad stuff, too, that I am going to mention at the end of this video. There's one or two things that, I think does need improvement. Not everything's always sunshine, at least in Ash's little Clash of Clans world. So, what is great about the game right now? Well, okay, first of all, troop variety, right? I mean, it has been a long time since so many troops were viable inside the game. I mean, it was years that we bitched and complained about, spamming whatever, spam witches, 20 witch attacks. Oh, spam bowler attacks, just bowlers and a few healers, that's it. Oh, the boner strategy, or just straight up miners, just 48 miners into the base, heal them up, and that's it, And now, even at Town Hall 8 and 9, everywhere, there's a nice, healthy variety of troops, and that's something that I've been asking for, and a lot of other people for a long time now, so I'm really happy about the variety. I mean, think about it. You can use witches now. You can use hogs, bowlers, balloons, lava hounds, even lava loonian, baby dragons, drags, valkyries. I mean, there's just a lot of options. Golems are viable, wizards are viable, hogs are, it's great right now. It really is, and I think that sometimes you just get caught up in the moment so much that you can't just sit back and relax and say, wow, the game's pretty good right now. There's always something on your mind, you know, that you want to complain about, and I'm the same way. So beyond that, though, just the true variety, think about it. Town Hall 9 is finally becoming a little bit stale. And I use quotations because a lot of people love Town Hall 9. Town Hall 9 is still really fun and really great, don't get me wrong. But the reason I say stale is because there's supposed to be a little bit of staleness after so many months or even years at a Town Hall level. It's supposed to make you want to upgrade and move on in the game. Whereas there used to be, even as recently as 3 to 4 months ago, there used to be people who would be Town Hall 9 for life. I mean, Halligan, what up, man? There's a lot of people who just never wanted to upgrade Town Hall 9. Jenny, a few people I might know, So now finally, Town Hall 10 isn't the hellhole that it was for a long time, right? Town Hall 10 is now viable as well. You can get a 3-star at Town Hall 10 without having to pull out your protractor and your abacus and everything else in the world, or your third-party device that we don't use anymore, which I'll get to in a second too. Town Hall 10, finally, average people can plan and execute and do well at Town Hall 10, and that's a big thing in my book, and that allows people the want to upgrade to Town Hall 10. And Town Hall 10s have a new use where they can actually 2-star pretty consistently against Town Hall 11s, and Town Hall 11s can now dip down and still have a somewhat of a challenge against a good, well-built anti-3-star Town Hall 10 base for Town Hall 11s now. So Town Hall 11s have a few roles you can take on as a Town Hall 11 in your clan. Maybe you're not maxed out, maybe you want to dip down. That's totally viable as well. So I love where Town Hall 10 and 11 are at now. Granted, I know half of you right now are probably like, it's not that bad, but it could be a little easier. It's a little tricky still. And the other half of you are probably like, it's not that bad, but it's a little too easy. I liked it when it was difficult. Think of Clash of Clans circa 2012 to 2014, when just getting a 2-star was challenging. I mean, the best players in the world would still lose matches on ladder, in legendary, in high legendary, people would, or was that before legendary? Yeah, in high champions, people would still fail, right? So people don't really fail now. So I think, or maybe they do, but, a lot of people, it's much easier than it was at one point, right? When it really took strategy actually to get a 2-star. That's how challenging it was for a while there, especially when Town Hall 10 first entered into the game. But anyway, right now, I feel like everything's pretty cool. And the fact that half the people probably out there wish things were a little easier, and half the people are worried that it might be a little bit too easy, to me, that says that we're kind of in that sweet spot, not too hot, not too cold. So I like that. Now, what about the horizon, the future of Clash of Clans? Well, first of all, there's always inevitably going to be some trolls who are like, Clash of Clans is dead, look at how much money they make compared to what they used to. But the truth of the matter is I grew up playing EverQuest, MMO back in '99 I started, and then I lived through the heyday of EverQuest in 2000 to 2002, and then I stuck around to like 2003 or 4 after it kind of hit its glory days. And I'll tell you what the best 2 times to play EverQuest was: in the beginning and then towards the end. Now, when I say end, I don't mean the finality of the game, because guess what? The game still exists. There's still servers out there with people playing EverQuest right now as I talk to you guys. So the fact of the matter is, I think that Clash of Clans can become that, and I do think that this game is at one of the best points that it's ever been at in terms of, Supercell's pocketbooks maybe aside, but in terms of just the people who are left, the caliber of people, the caliber of people who are reliable. People are a little bit more reliable than they used to be when there was millions and millions of let's face it, real young people too, that was hard to vet through them. Now it's much easier, I mean, if you get a new recruit, odds are they're probably going to be a decent person. You know, there's still non-decent people out there, I'm sure. And at the end of the day, you know, you're always going to find your good and your bad apples, or people who jive with you and people who don't. But at the same time, it just feels like for the most part, this game has a lot of good people in it. So I think we're sitting pretty in terms of that as well. So I'm really happy with the community. Everybody I've met at any Clash Live has been like a person that I would really truly call a friend, you know? So I'm just so happy with the community and everything around it. And then the CWL and leagues like that, sprouting up everywhere. There's 2 offshoots now, the Light and the Premier. It's awesome. I mean, it's so cool to have these leagues that can now actually have a format to succeed in the game. I only wish Jake was around to actually, you know, appreciate it, right? Because this is something that he wanted. We now have arranged wars, and it's working very, very well. We now have friendly battles, and these aren't brand new, obviously, but people are still, you know, still learning the best way to use them. Friendly battles has really brought up the activity in clan and, you know, allowed players to bounce ideas off one another as well. So, you know, these are all great things. And lastly, on the horizon, I told you, I kind of teased this, but I think there's going to be raids still coming to the game. You know, that's not super inside info or anything, but I still think there's going to be something along the raid idea that I brought up in a video a while ago now, a few months ago. I think it might have something to do with a ship. I think it might have something to do with a ship. So, you know, don't hold me to it, but I hope that it's going to be a new layer of the game, a new feature of the game. It's been a long time since any big feature's been added. You know, there's only been one, you know, in 5+ years now, just Clan Wars. So I think the ship could be it. So I don't know when it's coming. I don't know if it's coming, but that's my guess, all right? So lastly, the bad. I don't want to harp on this too long because this has been a positive and a long video, okay? So the bad. Engineered bases, right? You know, some people love them, most people hate them. And I'm going to reiterate the point that I made in my engineered video forever ago. I still stand by it that I don't think it's cheating. I don't think these people should be banned. However, I do think that it does ruin matchups. I did see Clash Tutor's video a few days ago. She's the best, by the way, 100K subscribers. You guys should subscribe to her right now. If you haven't seen her, you're in for a treat. I just wish she would upload a little bit more often, toots. But she said a few things I actually disagreed with, and I know that she probably talked to the team as well in terms of getting some inside inside info under the hood in terms of what goes into war making algorithms. But I do think that engineered base clans or clans with a lot of engineered bases do ruin the game intentionally or unintentionally. You know, most would probably argue intentionally for other people who don't play that way. So I do think there needs to be more work done in the war algorithms to you know, whether it's a casual clan or a hardcore clan, no one likes getting matched up against somebody. Even if you end up pulling out the win, it's awesome, but you don't want to go into a war with a huge engineered disadvantage, right? And there's a difference between a disadvantage that's just luck, like, wow, how did that matchup happen? In a matchup where you look at their bottom, you know, 6 bases and their Town Hall 3s or Town Hall 11s with no defenses, and then you count and you notice that you're also down 3 Eagle Artilleries and a half a dozen or a dozen Inferno Towers. No one likes that, you know? So I think there needs to be work done. Again, if there's a flaw in any type of system, people are going to take advantage of it. So I don't really blame the people, you know? I mean, it's there to be taking advantage of until it's patched up by Supercell. So that's my thoughts on that. I think they have a ways to go. Maybe they're already taking action, but I think they have a ways to go still to help curb the advantage you can get by engineering your clan. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. It's so nice to see you guys, to look you in the eyes. And, you know, hey, more Clash of Clans coming really, really soon and on a consistent basis. I promise, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, take care, guys.